This is section 1.9 probability. This is the last section you will learn before the chapter 1 test. There are two basic steps for probability problems. The first is to determine all the possibilities in a logical manner. You're going to count them. And then you're going to determine of these, how many are favorable, meaning how many are the winners, are going to fulfill what they're asking. Okay, so the proportion for probability is the following. It will be the number of winners over the number of possibilities. So let's look at problem 1. Problem 1 asks, one of 4 points is picked at random. What is the probability that a point lies on the angle? So the first thing we're going to do is list all of the possibilities. So we have point A is a possible point that we would pick at random. Point B would be a possible point picked at random. It could be C, or it could be D. Now, of these, which one would be a winner? Well, point A, is that on the angle? Yes, it is. Therefore, that would be a winner. Point B, is that on the angle? Yep, so that would be a winner. Is point C right here on the angle? Yes, that would be a winner. And finally, point D, is that on the angle? And the answer again is yes. So usually it doesn't work out this way, but if we were going to write the proportion, winners out of the number of possibilities, the number of winners is 1, 2, 3, 4, and the possibilities is also 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, you have a 100% chance at picking a point at random that lies on the angle. So that equals 1 is your probability, or you could write it as 100%, or think of it as 100%. Next problem. Problem number 2. If 2 out of 4 points are selected at random, what is the probability that both lie on ray CA? So as mentioned, the first step that you're going to do is write all the possibilities out. Okay, so 2 points that are being selected. Let's say that we're going to select A, B. And let's go in a logical order. So let's continue with all the possibilities involving A. So we could have A, B, you could have A and C, and you can have A and D. So A, C, and AD. Now let's go down to the next point. We could have BA. We're not going to write BA because we technically have already written it here. So let's go to the next possibility, which would be B with C. So we'll write B, C, and B could also be with B and D. For C, we could have C, A, but that's already taken. We could have C with B. Oh, that's already written as well. So the last one is to have C with D. So we need to add that one in. Finally, point D. D could be with A. Oh, it's already written here. D could be with B. It's already written. As well as D can be with C, already written. So we have written all the possibilities. Now we need to circle which one can be the winner. Remember, we're trying to see if the 2 points would lie on ray CA. So would AB lie on ray CA? And the answer is yes. Yes, it would. So that's a winner. Would ray A, or points AC, does that lie on this ray? And once again, that's a winner. Would points AD lie on the ray? And that is not a winner, so we're not going to circle it. BC, does BC lie on the ray? Yes, it does, so we'll circle it. And then does BD lie on the ray? No, it does not. Does CD lie on the ray? And it does not. So now to write our ratio of winners over possibilities, we have 3 winners that we circled in blue. out of a total of 6 possibilities. So what is the probability that both points would lie on ray CA? The answer is 1/2. Number 3. If 3 out of 4 points are selected in random order, what is the probability that the ordered letters will correctly name the angle shown? This problem is a little bit more detailed in finding the answers. So let's start labeling the number of possibilities that we could have. So we could select A, B, C. Let's go in a logical order. So we have A, B, C. Next, let's do A, B, D. Let's write A, B, D. Now there's no more A, B, and then another letter. So let's start with A, C, B, and go that route. A, C, B. And let's keep it with A, C. And we could do A to C to D. And we've run out of options that start with A and C. So now let's go A, D, B, and then A, D, C. And I'll write those. A, D, B, A, D, C. Now for this problem, I should say, we're going to start with B now, and I'm going to write B, A, C. Realize we are going to write B, A, C. Even though we have A, B, C right there, that's not going to be the same. BAC would actually be a different angle. So let's keep writing. BAD would be next. Now let's put B and C in front. So we have BC and then to A, and we have BC to D. There's no other ones that could start with B and C. So now let's move on to BD, A, B, D, C. All right, now let's start with our angles with C. We have C, A, B, C, A, D. There's no more possibilities beginning with CA, so let's move on to CB, A, CB, D. No more beginning with CB, so let's do CD, CDA, CDB. Now let's start with D. Point D, and then we'll go DAB, DAC. There's no more possibilities beginning with D and A, so let's go with DBA, DBC. And finally, we move on to starting with D, C, and then going to A, and then D, C, and going to B. Those are all of your possibilities. So if I start to write the proportion, the total number of possibilities would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4. So there are a total of 24 possibilities. Now let's figure out of those 24, we need to figure out which ones are the winners. So let's look at ABC, angle ABC. Would that be a correct way to name this angle? And the answer is no, because that's just a straight line, ABC. So ABD, ABD, would that be correct? Well, if you look at that, that angle would be ABD. That is not the same angle. Okay, what about ACB? ACB, that is not the correct angle. What about ACD? That is our first winner. ACD would be a correct way to label the angle shown. Next, ADB, nope, that would not fall onto this angle. ADC would not as well. So if you need me to draw that, it would look like ADC, and the vertex for that angle is at D. We don't need the vertex to be at D, we need the vertex to be at C. Okay, let's look at the second column. So if we have angle BAC, is that a winner? No. BAD, that would not be a winner. BCA, that would not be a correct way to label this angle. BCD, that would be our first one, BCD in column 2. What about BDA? No, that does not work. BDC, no. Remember, our C has to be the vertex. So another way to look at this is, let's go through and see which one has C in the middle. Not this one, not this one, not this one, not this one. None of these have C in the middle. So there are not going to be any winners in that third column. Let's look in the fourth column. If C is our vertex, that's not in the middle, C is not in the middle. Oh, let's look at here. Would DCA work? DCA. The answer is yep, that would be a fabulous way to name this angle. What about DCB? Would that work? And the answer is yes, that would work. So there are a total of 4 winners out of 24 possibilities. Therefore, the probability of picking 3 letters in the order of the letters correctly naming the angle shown would be 1/6. Number 4. A point Q is randomly chosen on segment AB. What is the probability that it is within 5 units of C? So we have a new figure here. C is located at 11. And we want to know, if I choose a point Q, what is the possibility that it would be 5 units? So 5 units would go 5 units this way, or 5 units this way. So what's the possibility of it being 5 units away from C on segment AB? Now, we need to first look at the fact that segment AB is how long? Well, if you took 15, take away 3, the segment is 12 units long. So in our final ratio, that would be the number of possibilities. There are 12 units. Now we need to look at what we have here. We have 5 units from C to the left. And over here, yes, we said we had 5 units, but the problem is, if we're going to stay on this segment, this part doesn't count. So really, we just have from here to here. Well, if you go from number 11 to 15, that's only 4 units, not 5 units. So in total, we have 9 units that are the winners. So the possibility of picking point Q within 5 units of C landing on segment AB would be 9/12, which simplifies to 3/4. And that concludes your notes on probability. There is a copy of these notes that's uploaded to Google Classroom, so you don't have to write them yourself as long as you watch them in detail, understood them. You are to complete your homework, which is on section 1.9, and it has some problems on page 54, which are review for chapter 1 tests as well. The chapter 1 test is in 2 days. Here's a list of the problems that you have for homework, chapter 1, day 11. You are to work on these for the remainder of the period. Page 51 is probability. Page 54 is review of chapter 1. Next, problem number 3.